Hey everybody, welcome back to Kindred Spirits on the Roof. Last time we checked in with Sachi and we discovered that she can possess Yuna now too, so they shared a nice little lunch and some cola. And Yuna was nice enough to visit them on summer break, which I thought was really sweet. And now we're gonna go back in time to the beginning of August and fill in all those missing pieces to all the craziness that happened with all the other characters. And I think we're going to start just with the first one here, Tsurugimine and Sonou-sensei, and just see what the hell was going on behind the scenes with those two. The summer camp had started today. There was no schedule I need to worry about, so I arrived at the school a little later than usual. The moment I entered the math club room, I regretted that. Oh, Tsurugimine-san, good morning. Whoa, Sucio Chon, sweatshirt, t-shirt, leggings. That's right. Holy crap, what's going on? What do you mean? I don't have classes and it's hot, so I thought it'd be better to wear something comfortable. Oh, last summer you were wearing work clothes though. Yeah, but it's fine, isn't it? I thought informal would be okay this year. Do you think it's too casual? Do I not look like a teacher? No, it's cute. It's really good. I'm really excited now. Wow. Oh, wait, Tsurugimine-san, you're not going to hug me again, are you? Oh. Huh? Is it over? You know, Sucio Chon, I'm not always drooling over you. No? You looked like you were getting ready to pounce just then. I mean it. I've become a bit more of an adult. An adult, huh? That's right, an adult. I've got to be a bit more of an adult. I want to go out with Sucio Chon as a composed adult, though we're already going out. Right, Sucio Chon and I are in a relationship now. I confessed to her twice and finally won her over. Now I have to be enough of an adult that I'm a match for Sucio Chon, who's so small, but an adult and a teacher too. You're still a student. There's no need to rush it so much. That won't do, Sucio Chon. I want to hurry and be an adult good enough that I can make you my wife and not just leech off you. Wife, that's right. If I make Sucio Chon my wife, I'll get to see this glorious sight every day. Whoa, I can't take this. What's wrong, Tsurugimine-san? Your face is bright red. Sorry, all the blood rushes to my head, I guess. Jeez, what's with you? Well, can you blame me? When I get home from work, Sucio Chan's there to greet me, you know. In my head, at least. Yeah, I was a little worried there. I was like, wait a second, this relationship moved a lot quicker than I thought it would. You're such a child. Don't get too excited on the first day just because you're looking forward to the camp. I didn't want to hear something like that. Okay, Tsurugimine-san? Call me Carrie. Huh? But we're at school. You said you'd call me that when we were alone. Carrie? Whoa. Come on, calm down. This isn't good. I've got to cool off. This might be bad. I'm going to be together for the whole camp with a Sucio Chon this cute. I need to be composed enough to grab her and hug her and push her down and just do it right there. Do it? What does that mean? Seriously, calm down, me. Does Carrie, does Tsurugimine have no idea how sex happens either? Okay, fair enough, maybe. Alright, just do what you can though. You don't need to push yourself too hard, alright? That's my line. You shouldn't push yourself too hard, Sucio Chon. You'll get a fever in no time. I'll be fine. I'll make sure that doesn't happen this year. Really? But I really don't want Sucio Chon to get a fever and collapse. I think I'll be able to help a lot more than I did last year. After all, it's for Sucio Chon. I'll do my best, and I'll do it with an adult's composure, of course. So, what should I help out with first? Let's see. Sucio Chon turned to the desk behind her, making a slightly cute, slightly troubled face. The desk was stacked with printouts and folders. A single glance made it clear that the work was already piling up. Which should we start with? Whoa, my composure might crack at this rate. Excuse me, are you here, Sonou-sensei? I heard you were in this room. Oh, yes, what is it? Oh, are you, San? We heard a knock at the door open. I got a really bad feeling the moment I heard that someone had business with Sucio Chon. That Sucio Chon might even get more work. Honestly, the work we have on day 1 seems like enough. Any more and I might burst. I'm in the disciplinary committee. I'm the disciplinary committee member here during the camp and in charge of remedial lessons. I came for a little meeting, but... Are you in the middle of something? Yep, we are. Aryo-san, who's in my class, had come into the club room. I haven't talked with her much before. I mean, she's kinda scary. I know she was on the disciplinary committee already, but in charge just kind of fits her, doesn't it? As you can see, Aryo-san, Sucio-chan, and I are busy being buried under a pile of work here. Half of it is for the teacher in charge of the summer camp, and the other half is for the advisor of the school festival committee. All of this is Sucio-chan's work. Yeah, Sucio-chan, why would you accept both of these jobs? They say young, energetic people should do this stuff, and Sucio-chan is young, but she's not built that sturdy, you know? Oh, it's fine. Thanks for coming all the way over here. Come to think of it, you're in the same class as Aryo-san, right, Tsurugimine-san? Our alone time is over. You could accidentally call me Carrie, couldn't you, Sucio-chan? And you're in the math club, Tsurugimine-san, that's right. Yeah, Sucio-chan's the advisor. I see, that explains why you weren't in the faculty room, Sonou-sensei. Sorry about that. I have so much to do that the faculty room is a little too cramped for it. It's alright. Does the math club still have space for its activities, though? It's fine. I'm only here at the summer camp to help Sucio-chan anyway. So, can you give me back my alone time with her, Aryo-san? I see. So you wanted to have a meeting, Aryo-san? Yes, the disciplinary committee isn't participating in the camp, so I'm only going to be here during the day. You'll have to take over at night. They're talking about something complicated now. It's Sucio-chan's job, though, so I guess we'll have to live with it. All I can do is file the festival stand information from last year like Sucio-chan asked me to do. It's not as if I can stand in for Sucio-chan. I just have to do what she asked me to. So I thought. Then I'll take over at 5 p.m. every day. Right, now about the classroom we're using for remedial lessons. But I was still a little jealous of Aryo-san while she talked to Sucio-chan. Alright, that's all of them. Whoa. It's the second day of the camp. The clubs are really getting their activities started now. And the camp task force, summer camp headquarters, whatever, the club room Sucio-chan always uses has gotten really busy. Like, I think we're already in the realm of crazy busy. I'm starting to think this isn't really that much work after all. Well, it isn't really. Aryo-san had just carried in a freshly printed stack of papers. They were still so warm that I could feel their heat on my face. We put these together, fold them here, staple them, and they're done. And how many are we making? Well, I printed 120 to start with. to start with. There's more. So you say it might not be that much to you, but if you're wondering why Aryo-san is here, I would say it's because she has free time. I mean, she's here at school because she's on the disciplinary committee, so she's not really free, but once she confirms that everyone who's supposed to be in makeup class is actually there, she doesn't have a lot to do. So she's here helping us since she checked in on us yesterday, and I thought we could use the help. Well, you know, Aryo's got to burn time until she meets Yoka for lunch. Oh, I love this. I love how Tsurugimine-san is getting a little jealous and a little upset that, you know, she can't spend any alone time with Sucio. It's kind of nice. Hello? Whoa. Who's it this time? It's like every time the door to the club room opens, someone brings us more to do. So it's like I don't want anyone to come anymore. That is, I don't want more work. But the door remains heartlessly open. Who is it? Who showed up? I can't even see the door from the side of Mount Printout. Oh yes, who is it? Sucio Chon, don't answer. Don't ask what they need. My thoughts spilled out of my mouth before I realized. What? Wait a second, you can't come in right now. I can't handle anymore. I won't know what to do. I almost grabbed Sucio Chan's hand when she started to stand up next to me. I'll see what she needs, Sonou-sensei. Keep doing what you're doing, you two. Okay. Thank you, Aryu-san. Please, Aryu-san, if this girl has work for us, keep her away. Sucio-chan, what do I do with this? I prayed to Aryu-san as I asked Sucio-chan about the pile of printouts looming over me. Aryu-san's pretty cool at a time like this. Hopefully she'll use that scary aura of hers to get rid of our visitor. I don't need anything, but... I see. Well, then as you can probably tell, we're quite busy at the moment. Please come back later if you don't have anything urgent. That's not it. You're Aryu-san, right? Right. And you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Tomi Yuna. I've heard your name from Yoka, so... Huh? Tomi-san? She's here at the camp? From Yoka. And Yoka, that funny girl I was in class with last year? She's kind of big, so I wouldn't really call her cute, but she is pretty amusing. We kind of got along since it's like we're both just coasting through life and we ended up as friends. We're in different classes now in second year, but we still talk sometimes. Oh, that's an interesting... an interesting little insight that Tsurugimine's pushed onto us. So she's kind of friends with Yoka. Huh. I don't know about you guys, but I always love this, like... I love when stories can weave together, like, different characters and different plot lines and, like, converge everything. And it's kind of cool because, and I really like it because I like to see how things connect personally. So, seeing sort of everyone's worlds kind of collide, and then also seeing just kind of the, I don't know if smallness is the right word, but I guess that's what I mean. Or maybe it's not smallness, maybe it's just seeing how everything connects. Kind of like what I was just saying, actually. So it's cool. I like finding out when, like, oh, Tsurugimine knows Yoka, and Yoka knows Aryu, and hey, look, Yuna knows Yoka now too, and we know Yuna meets Aryu, or gets to know Aryu more later on, and it's just always cool, that stuff. I love seeing things come together, especially when it creates conflict. God, I know Tsurugimine and Aryu get a little tense coming up, but I would love to see them kind of collide a little more. I see what you mean. Do you understand this tragic spectacle? Sucio Chon and I have been working since morning, but it's like we've barely made a dent. For now, though, Sucio Chon and I are going to have some of these onigiri Tomi-san brought. Mind if I help too? I'm allowed to do whatever I want when I'm not on cooking duty. Really? Hey, Tsurugimine-san, we shouldn't rush to take advantage of her kindness. This is pretty hard work, Tomi-san. Are you sure? Yeah, well, I was getting a little bored. I'll help out with whatever I can. Yay! I'm sorry, and thank you. This may be a really big help. Nah, what should I do? Well, let's see. Whoa, I can't let this chance to get in an extra set of hands get away. I raised my hand, onigiri and all, without a moment's delay. This, come help me. I'm putting together notices for the camp participants, but it's like I don't even know how many to make. Notices for the campers? Yeah, problems were already cropping up yesterday. It's rules for shower duration, cooking schedules, futon use, those sorts of things. I put together some suggestions. It was more like just giving us more work to do, though Sucio Chon said it was a big help to have. Since someone has a question, they can turn to the notices first, I guess. But it's pointless if some people get the notice and others don't. That's why there's 120 of them after all. And when we printed them out for everyone, this happened. And I'm supposed to put them all together myself? Well, Sonou-sensei has all sorts of other work to do. I told you I'd help as well, didn't I? I know that, but I want to work with Sucio Chon, not you, Yurirei-san. It was your idea. Shouldn't you be doing it? It's really supposed to be the job of the teacher in charge of the summer camp. Since they were my suggestions, I thought I'd help. You too. Geez, Yurirei-san's kind of stubborn, isn't she? Sucio-chan's a little troubled by this, which is cute, though I feel bad for it. And I'm glad Yurirei-san's gonna help, but I understand. I'll help. We're handing these out to everyone at the camp, though. Huh? Tomi-san? What? She's gonna help? Yeah. How many are there? 100 maybe? We're making 120 to be sure. Alright, then it should take about an hour for two of us to do it. First we should move somewhere with a little more room. Huh? Will it really be over that quickly? I think we could I think we'd get in the way of Sonou-sensei and Yurirei-san's work here. If we use a classroom, we can organize the papers by page. Then we only need to put them together and staple them. That'd be easier, right? Huh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess this room is kind of overflowing at this point. You can barely see the desk under all that paper. I get it. Maybe you should stay here and help Sonou-sensei, Tsurugimine-san. Should we get this done together? Yurirei-san? Huh? Really? I can stay here? Tomi's like seriously my guardian angel. Yeah, I wonder what Tsurugimine just thinks of Yuna because Yuna just seems to like pop up to what seems at the worst moments. And in this case, Tsurugimine-san recognizes what Yuna is doing as something that benefits her, unlike the game of tag, which she, was kind of opposing Yuna. They had opposing motives, but yeah, it is funny how Yuna just kind of shows up. Now that I think about it, didn't Yoka say something about Yuna being... No, Yoka just exclaimed that the god of rock was looking after her, but it's kind of funny when Tsurugimine-san was like, you're my guardian angel, and it's like, well, you're not too far off. There are two spirits who are kind of cluing Yuna in on your situation. Very interested in your love life, by the way. The two of them went back and forth like that. Huh? What is this? They both seem like super competent. Why do I feel like I've been left completely behind? Yeah, Aki and Yuna I feel like would get along really well if they became friends because they seem similar. And the two of them seriously came back from making all those handouts in like 30 minutes. I had been helping Sucio Chon out, but I was just getting back into the onigiri again when they returned. Whoa, these onigiri are super good. They really are. Tomi-san made these, right? So she can cook, too. Ah, sure. Aryo-san and Tomi-san kept getting all sorts of things done after that. Sucio-chan gave them directions while getting her own work done, too. It feels like I'm stuck doing whatever falls through the cracks. I mean, Sucio-chan's giving me stuff to do, but I've got to work harder, don't I? It's like a powerful adversary's appeared. If these two even took an interest in Sucio-chan, I feel like I'd be in some trouble. I'll never be as efficient as them. It's hard having nothing to offer but love. Don't sell yourself short, Tsurugimine. Love's a good thing to offer, and it's an undervalued thing, I think, so chin up. Sucio-chan, where do I take this? Oh, could you bring that to Nakajima-sensei? Let's see, she should be... I looked down to the planner I'd laid out before me, open to August. Every cell was packed tight with the rest of the teachers' schedules. Nakajima-sensei was... She's not at school today, so just leave it on her desk in the faculty room. Gotcha. Carrie dashed out of the math club room carrying the finally organized pile of folders. Oh, Tsurugimine-san, don't run in the halls. Don't worry, I'm a safe driver. Safe drivers obey the speed limit. Yeah, I'll admit I got a bit ahead of myself. I don't think I've really relaxed at all over the last few days. Carrie either. Every day from morning to night, I've been working in this club room as the supervisor for the summer camp and as the advisor for the school festival committee. In addition, Oban's coming up, so a lot of teachers are starting to take holidays. If those teachers advise clubs that they are participating in the camp, it's up to me to look after the girls in them. I wonder how many I'm advising now. The weight of it all is really starting to get to me. And it's rough for Carrie too, since she's at my side every day. I feel bad about it, but she's working so hard to help me that I've wound up relying on her. Maybe our relationship plays a part in it. I guess I'm not holding back as much with her. I'm back. Nakajima-sensei wasn't there. Huh? I'm sorry. I guess she has the day off. That's weird. I wrote all the teacher schedules down in my planner. Why didn't I check it? It says right here that she's on vacation. Hey, Sucio-chan, what do I do next? Let's see. I dug through my planner, notepad, and impromptu progress chart to find the next job for Carrie to do. I'm starting to get dizzy. I haven't forgotten to eat at least. The feeling I got just looking at the progress chart was proof of how much more we had to do. But from the windows of the club room, we could hear the energetic voices of the girls on the sports team practicing out under the blazing sun. Inside the building, too, there were many girls enjoying their club activities, and a lot of them were preparing for the school festival. When I think about that, I don't care if I collapse. I'll use up all my strength. I can stand to lose a life or two over this, because I love everyone, though I'd really rather not use up all my strength. Let's see then. Right when I thought I'd found a task I could request of Carrie. Please wait a moment, Sensei. Aryo-san rose and spoke assertively. Huh? What is it? Do you need help with something? Aryo-san and Tomi-san are helping us again today. The two of them are very efficient and reliable. They go through task after task that I was sure Carrie and I would never finish alone. Aryu-san's here for the disciplinary committee, and Tomi-san's spending her time with us when she isn't cooking for the track team. Oh, I'm so glad they're helping us. I should really thank them. Wait, that's not it. What does Aryu-san need? I believe it's time to re-examine the work we have here. Huh? What do you mean? We need to review the work we have and organize it a little. That and... let's take a break tomorrow. What? What is Aryu-san saying all of a sudden? Take a break? Meaning break from work? Meaning not work tomorrow? Or do you have other plans tomorrow, Aryo-san? That's right, she's been coming to help every day. Maybe she has something else to do? It'll kind of hurt not to have her, but there's nothing we can do about it if she has other plans. I hope she has a good time. That's not what I meant. I believe you and Tsurugimine-san should take a break tomorrow, Sonou-sensei. What? We should? Yes, it's obvious that you two are overworking yourselves. Continuing on in this manner will make your efficiency drop, and you'll be more likely to make mistakes. And more importantly, if you don't rest soon, you'll both collapse. In order to get that rest, we need to reorganize. What? But we're finally getting into the groove. That's the worst state to be in. If you're working just on momentum, you're definitely going to make mistakes, Aryo-san declared. I kind of agree with Carrie, but Aryo-san's definitely got a point. Yeah, I like how Aki is so level-headed. Because I think most people, when they feel overworked, they tend to, just move off the momentum. Which, you gotta do what you gotta do, but I personally find it I agree with Aki. You take some time to rest, and then you come back refreshed, and you're so much more effective. So, good on you, Aki. Way to be the responsible adult here. Because Aki really does feel like the adult in the room. And that's not just because of Sucio Chon's personality or anything. It is, I guess, part of her personality. She doesn't, and we know this because we've already gone through all these events through Yuna's perspective, but she overworks herself, and that doesn't help anyone, because then you hurt yourself, or you get sick just like she does, and so she's not really a responsible adult here, as far as I'm concerned. Aki's the responsible adult here. Yuna's kind of the responsible adult too. It's kind of an interesting dynamic when you consider Sono's supposed to be a teacher and an actual biological grown adult. That's a weird tangent to get off on. We can go over these in September, right? I suppose so. It would be better to prepare a little bit now, though. There are additional applications in September, aren't there? You have to do it all over again. I guess so. And you'll need more assistance for this one. Meaning it should also be set aside for September. No, thinking you might be able to do it on your own if you try. No thinking you might be able to do it on your own if you try. There are other students on the festival committee. There's no need for you and Tsurugimine-san to do it all yourselves. Right. There goes all my work. As these girls went down the list, they made it very clear what didn't need to be rushed now and what we were doing inefficiently. And when they sorted those tasks aside, it became obvious what work we needed to finish first. They took the whole pile of work and figured out how to divide it up so that it could be finished sometime today. This is kind of a shock. Aryo-san and Tomi-san might be better suited to being teachers than I am. Really, speaking as an adult, they're very responsible. Tomi-san is really good at looking at tasks as a whole and organizing the steps needed to complete them. Like what needs to be prepared first and how everything links together. I didn't even realize that those sort of things were important until I had started teaching students. Aryo-san's very decisive, and she's good at evaluating and figuring out the best roles for people. She doesn't waste any time prioritizing things, which is the sort of thing I struggle with. And her reasoning is always sound. It's why when she seeks my agreement, all I can really do is give in. And she knows what should be left to other people. I have a tendency to just think of it like, well, if I work really hard. Yeah, the only problem with that mentality of like, my determination will win the day, is that it's just not very practical, right? I mean, you have physical, mental, and emotional limitations. I think that about does it. Huh? Man, are you two project managers? What's that supposed to mean? Well, I mean, you and Aryo-san sorted through that mess like it was nothing. Look at all the work we don't have to do now. We're just putting off the work that doesn't need to be done immediately. It doesn't change the fact that it'll need to be done in September. Though you'll have other planning committee members to help you then. I see. All we need to do is finish our assignments. We should be able to get them done today. Yeah, you're right. Then you and Sonou-sensei can do this, alright? Right. That's fine, right, Sensei? Yes, it's fine, I think. I'm sorry, you two. Please don't let it bother you. We all have our own ways of doing things, Sensei. That's super nice of Aki. She seems stern, but she also seems pretty kind and reasonable and level-headed. But I think that brings a certain kindness. Because that could be like a really awkward position to be in where socially you're not supposed to be in charge, but you have to take charge because the person who socially has been put in charge can't do it for whatever reason, and that could be really awkward. And like, it happens because people do have different ways of doing things. But it's, yeah. How can I not let out a sigh? Those two are really something. For a second I thought, like, I'd be able to kick back if they joined the club, now that I've ever wanted more members before now. They really are. It's kind of depressing. Oh, it's nothing you should worry about, Sucio Chon. But I'm the teacher here, and I was causing so much trouble for Tomi-san and Aryo-san. I don't think it's trouble. I should apologize to you too, Carrie. It looks like I've been making you help with a lot of pointless stuff. That's not true, Sucio Chon. I'm the one who wishes I could support you more, like those two. I'm no good at all. Don't say that. You've been doing your best for me, Carrie. I could never compare you to those two. You know I love you more, Carrie. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. That's a cute moment. Let's get to work then. Yeah, I suppose so. If we work hard now, we can take a break tomorrow after all. Yep. Yeah, we should take care of the work in front of us. For Tomi-san and Aryo-san, who are giving us a chance to rest, and for Carrie, who's working her hardest to help me. That was a sweet moment. You know, they're pretty honest with each other, which I like too. Like, they're pretty upfront with how they're feeling. Sonou-sensei had no problems admitting that she was feeling depressed, and Tsurugimine had no problem saying, hey, I feel like I can't do enough for you, and maybe I wish I could do more. So that was kind of a sweet moment. Tomi-san and Aryo-san left a little before noon. Tomi-san to prepare lunch for the track team, and Aryo-san to supervise the remedial classes. And they came back in the afternoon, both of them handling their responsibilities and still completing their work here too. They finished around 5 p.m. Aryo-san went home, and Tomi-san went to go prepare dinner for the track team. Before they left, they came to see us while we were finishing our work. It's been a long time since I felt like I was doing overtime like this. The two of them had their own jobs to attend to, of course, so they couldn't do as much work as we did. Somehow Carrie and I managed to fill out the last form before it got too late. I'm sighing without even realizing it now. Oh, this might be kind of bad. The breath I let out just felt a little warmer than usual. And is it just me? Or is my body feeling a little heavy too? I have to concentrate now. If I relax, I might... Sucio Chon, I brought dinner. Thanks. Though it's just onigiri and miso soup. That's fine. I'm sorry you had to make it. Don't apologize. We decided we'd take turns, right? I'm sorry we have to have crappy food every other day, since I've never really cooked. But you can cook, huh, Sucio-chan? You'll figure it out when you live alone, Carrie. You'll really have nothing to eat if you don't cook for yourself. Yeah, it's true. I feel like most people don't pick up the skill until you live on your own. Unless you have the passion or the interest, genuinely, such as Yuna. But I don't think I ever learned to cook until I went to college. I think Carrie will get it when she moves out of her parents, but it's really nice just to have food waiting for you like that. To have someone make it for you. That's why. I'm really happy to have Carrie's onigiri and miso soup, though I think she should practice cooking a little more. Wait, Sucio-chan. What is it? I suddenly realized Carrie was staring straight at my face. And she's so pretty, it made my heart skip a beat. And then my heart started pounding even harder with Carrie's next action. Excuse me for a sec. Huh? What? She suddenly reached out and touched my forehead, so I kind of made a weird noise in surprise. Carrie's hand on my forehead was pleasantly cool, which made me realize exactly what kind of state I was in. You have a bit of a fever, just like I thought, Sucio-chan. You could tell? I guess I do. I knew it. You were working too hard after all, Sucio-chan. I only thought maybe I had a fever, like a little while ago. That's why I said you shouldn't work so hard. Well, Tomi-san and Aryo-san were helping so much. There was no way I could slack off by myself. And you were helping so much too, Carrie. But and I only realized just now, how come you could tell? Of course I can, 'cause I'm looking out for you, Sucio-chan, since I love you. Those words aren't fair. Oh, I think my fever's rising. I'm not sure if I'm really showing it or not. All I can really do is help you with your work, after all. That's not true. It shows when you can tell how I'm feeling, doesn't it? You think so? I do. I wonder how you show your love for someone. I don't really know, actually, since I've been so far from love for so long. I was kind of avoiding all that until I started going out with Carrie. I was looking away from it all. But putting your hand on someone's forehead to check for a fever is one of those things, isn't it? It made my heart beat really fast anyway. Anyway, you should get some sleep after you eat, okay, Sucio-chan? Yeah, I will. We finally have some time to rest after all. Yeah, that's right. By the time I'd finished my own onigiri and miso soup dinner, I could already barely stand for my fever. Carrie didn't need to say another word to me about going to bed. I readily wrapped myself into my futon and fell soundly asleep. So, are Sucio and Carrie camping out in the math club room? Do they not have rooms either? Is that something I missed, where there aren't enough rooms in the lodging for students and teachers? Or do some people just choose the broadcasting trio and Sucio and Tsurugimine to camp out in the rooms they work in? Oh no, she looks pretty sick still. My sigh sounded even louder as it echoed through the empty room. In the end, I still got a fever. It ended up just like Carrie was worrying last night. I've always been like this. It's not that I'm unhealthy or anything like that, but I tend to get a temperature when I work too hard or get too glum. And then I end up bedridden like this. Even though the fever's not that bad, I still can't concentrate. There are never any problems when I get a physical. I don't know what to call it except having a weak constitution. I hate being like this. Another sigh. This is kind of a habit of mine, too. When I woke up this morning, I could already feel the world spinning around me. Carrie forced me back into my futon right away. I guess my face was bright red. She put her hand to my forehead and diagnosed a fever. Her hand felt pleasant and cool. She told me she'd take me to the nurse's office, but I turned her down. The nurse is there after all. If she found out I have a fever, she'd have to call in another teacher. Then someone who's supposed to be on vacation would have to come in. I don't mean to be stubborn or anything, but I just feel too bad about that. I'm just a little dizzy. If I try, I can do my job just fine. And there's no work I have to do anyway, since Tomi-san and Aryo-san organized everything yesterday. I feel a little pathetic having my students take charge like that, but since it ended up this way, I appreciate what they did. I wouldn't have gotten any rest if I had this fever and still had more work to do. I should just consider myself lucky. Not that I'm lucky to be confined to a bed, but... I've got a ways to go, haven't I? I'm nowhere near the kind of teacher I hope to be. I wanted to have students relying on me to be able to do all sorts of work, to make school a fun place for everyone to be that kind of teacher. I'm not like that at all, and now I'm even dating one of my students, and we're both women too. How did this happen? It's like Carrie confessed to me, and suddenly I just couldn't turn her down. But it's her fault for getting so pretty afterward. Not that I blame you or anything. I'm sorry, Carrie. I love her, I really do. But she's a student. This fever's making me think of weird stuff. I muttered to myself, staring up at the ceiling. I hope Carrie comes back soon. She told me to rest or my fever wouldn't go down, and she's probably right. So I've been resting like I should be. But I must have really fallen asleep at some point. And when I woke up, Carrie was gone. There was a note by my pillow saying she went to buy something to drink. Did she go all the way to the convenience store? I don't even know when she left. Carrie finally has a chance to rest now too, and instead she's looking after me like this, and I'm feeling lonely just because she's left for a little bit. I'm so selfish. My thoughts are just getting worse and worse. What time is it now? Where did I put my phone? I'm back! Oh, Carrie! The door opened and Carrie stepped back in. I was so relieved when I saw her face, I was a little surprised. All my loneliness flew somewhere far away. Oh, you're awake. Sorry, I was out shopping a little. It's fine. I should be the one apologizing for the trouble. Nah, you don't need to do that. You were working too hard, Sucio Chon. You should really just rest today. Yeah. Here, I bought you some Pocari. Have some if you're thirsty. Yeah, thanks. That's right. Are you hungry, Sucio Chon? Think you can eat something? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm a little hungry. Okay, just wait a minute then. I'll bring you something. Huh? Wait, I can't let you do all that. Hush, Sucio Chon. Just be a good patient and don't worry about it. Where's my phone? Carrie slipped her phone out of her pocket and started dialing someone. Hi, Tomi-chan? Sucio-chan's awake. Oh, it's ready. Okay, I'll come get it then. Huh? Tomi-san? Yeah, I ran into her while I was leaving, when I told her about how you were doing. She said she'd make you something. I see. I'm even bothering Tomi-san now. Well, isn't it kind of late for this? I mean, Tomi-chan's been helping us this whole week. You have no idea how long Tomi Yuna's been helping you too, so... This is just, regular run-of-the-mill responsibility she has at this point. I wanted to blow on it and feed it to you. Say, Carrie, I'm not a little kid, and I'm not that sick. I can eat rice porridge on my own. But I still wanted to do it. Feeding a little kid rice porridge is like the ultimate fantasy, isn't it? That's a weird fantasy. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think that's a really weird fantasy you have there. And I will leave it at that, since everyone can probably guess where that digression would lead me. Yeah, me too. She made me some onigiri too. It's like Tomi-san treated us to the perfect lunch. I knew she was here as a cook for the track team because she's good at it, but that rice porridge was really good. So good that it made the stuff I made at home seem like gruel in comparison. It had a bit of egg and salt, or was it stock? I don't know, but there was just a perfect touch of extra flavor. I set down the little single-serving pot by my pillow and lay in my futon again. Or to be more precise, I wasn't allowed out of my futon by Carrie until dinner, so that my fever would go down. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, Sucio Chon? I promise I'll stay in bed, so you can go have fun if you want. What? No way, I'm gonna nurse you, Sucio Chon. Jeez, thank you, but you really can leave me if you want to. I don't want to. I want to stay with you. Ah, jeez, I'm so happy. I know I'm causing her trouble, but I can't help but think that. Is there anything you want me to do? How about a sponge bath? I'm good. But could you hold my hand? Just this one? Yeah. I stuck out a hand from under the thin covers. Carrie grasped it with both of hers. I can't believe I'm asking one of my students to do this at school. Is it because of the fever, too? Oh, one is fine. You should read or something if you're going to stay here. Carrie held my hand in hers. She shook her head at my words. No, this is good. No amusement beats watching over you, Sucio Chon. Sheesh. Carrie's hands gently held mine. The air conditioning was off, but a pleasant breeze came in through the window. The afternoon sunlight filtered through the curtains. I could hear the cicadas outside and... Hey, Sucio-chan. Carrie's voice. Yeah? About the school festival. We won't do an exhibit this year. Huh? You don't want to? But no one will know about the math club if you don't show it off at the school festival. Yeah, I know, but at this rate, we might not get any new members. Yeah, but you remember what happened last year, right? Last year's school festival, Carrie the first year, the sole member of the math club, she did apply for an exhibit space, but being a first year, Carrie had no idea what to do, and I was preoccupied with my work for the festival planning committee. In the end, she never got anything prepared, even at the last minute, and when we had to leave even at the last minute. Oh, that is just an awkward sentence. And we had to leave the exhibit space empty, and to make things worse, I got another fever the first day of the festival. You'll be on the planning committee for the festival again this year, right, Sucio-chan? I bet you'll be really busy as soon as break's over. Yeah. And I'm still the only person in the math club, so I think it'd make things a lot easier if we didn't have to prepare an exhibit or anything. But it's fine. It'd be better not to do anything than to freak out about it and come up with something bad. And this way I can help you again. You don't need to worry about me so much. I've already decided as the president. I see. I'm sorry for deciding on my own. No, that's fine. You are really pretty responsible, aren't you, Carrie? You think so? Yeah, you're nothing like me. That's not true. You're little, but you're a good teacher, Sucio-chan. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily make her responsible, though. I kind of agree with Sonou-chan's assessment of herself. Responsibility is not her strong suit. Were you even littler than you are now? My height hasn't changed much. That's not it. One of my female friends confessed to me when I was in school. Uh-huh. I could feel Carrie squeezing my hand gently. Yeah, I figured she'd be surprised and curious. I'm Carrie's girlfriend, after all. I'm older than her, and this is about my past. Why did I say that to her? I'm not even sure myself yet. I want Carrie to hear this. When she confessed to me, I didn't really understand it. She told me she wanted an answer, and I anguished over it. Enough to get me bedridden with a fever, and then when I thought maybe I should accept, I was going to give her an answer. She started speaking before I could, and she said that it was just a misunderstanding, that I should forget about it, and I ended up in bed again. Whoa, what? That's terrible. I don't think it was that bad, really. She really might have just misunderstood her feelings a little. What? But it was a real shock for me. I started thinking that maybe that's just how it goes. So that's why you said that when I confessed to you. Yeah, I said something just as terrible to you, Carrie. No, that's not true, Sucio Chon. It's only 'cause you said that I really thought seriously about my feelings for you. Really? Yeah, it was 'cause I thought so seriously about them, Sucio Chon, then I realized I really love you. I see. You really are amazing, Carrie. I was dragging this whole thing behind me until you confessed to me again. I thought I didn't know what it meant to love someone. Hey, Sucio Chon, did you really love that girl who confessed to you? I don't know. I thought I could say yes to her, but I don't know for sure when I think back to it now. Back then I thought about it a lot, though. I see. Do you know now? You said you love me, right? I think I know. I love you, Carrie. I worried about it a lot, but I'm still worrying about it, but... Huh? What are you worrying about? Well, I'm a teacher and you're a student, Carrie. We're a teacher and student at the same school, and we're both women. I worry about whether or not this is okay. But I love you, Sucio Chon. Yeah, I know. I've heard you. I love you too, Carrie. Yeah. The conversation drew to a close and I shut my eyes, leaving myself to the fever remaining in my head. I felt warmth from Carrie's hands grasping mine. It was summer and the day was hot, but it wasn't unpleasant. The breeze from the window and the voices of the cicadas. This room with Carrie and me. When I lay down and closed my eyes, I sort of saw Carrie and me back on that day. The day after I'd been confessed to. The day when I was shocked by my friend's words. I wonder what would have happened back then if I had the courage that Carrie has now. I don't know. What if I'd given her an answer right when she confessed? What if I'd been shocked by her words but been able to process them? I don't know. What if I'd been able to respond to Carrie's first confession properly? I don't know.
Kitty.
I didn't want to get her attention or anything. I just wanted to say her name. Carrie didn't answer. All I heard from her was faint breathing. I might have been sleeping a little too after our conversation ended and I closed my eyes.
Kitty.
I said her name one more time. Carrie's name, as she sat next to my futon, sleeping, still holding my hand. I don't know what was wrong with me back then, but if all that hadn't happened, I might have not met you. When I think that, I feel like it might have been worth those days I was stuck in bed, twice, or something.
そんなこと思えるのは今キリがいてくれるからだよね。
Even though I'm a teacher, even though you're a student, and even though we're both women. This relationship isn't a mistake. It's not a misunderstanding. Our hands holding each other are real.
大好きなキリ。大好きって言ってくれたキリ。 あなたがいてくれるから。
I can be confident even though I'm so unreliable. I can think even if I'm worried. I can get back up when I'm down like this and not stress out about it. As soon as my fever breaks.
頑張れるから。
I squeezed my hand inside Carrie's, our fingers gently entwined. And that concludes our Tsurugimine Sono subplot for August. See what happens to them next month. And that will be all for today. Thanks again for watching. And I'll talk to y'all on the next one. See ya.